So the Power were defeated by 3's Company last week by 2 points. The Killer 3's lost to the Ghost Ballers by 2 points, trying to avoid the dreaded 0-2 mark to begin the year and the Big 3. Here's Foster on the wing, looking to the post, to the versatile. Already a shot clock violation, took too long getting it in to Glenn Rice Jr. on the post.
And remember, this is 14-second shot clock. So you got to really, all of your passes, entry passes, dribble drives early on, you got to be aggressive. You can't play lateral.
Time flies in the Big 3.
Yeah, you got to go north and south.
Greene steps up for a long 2 and misses. There the rebound is Session, so kick to the baseline and nice on the offensive glass for the Killer 3's. A 2-0 start as Powell hits the baseline J.
And that's what I was talking about, the difference with Powell and Greene. That's Powell's sweet spot. That's really a layup for him if he's wide open.
White trying to back down on Powell, draws the double. Nifty pass for Foster to tie it at 2.
And had a chance to spend some time talking to Royce White last night, and he said, you know, he really wanted to get more of his playmaking ability into these games. But he's got to be a threat to score first.
Mission accomplished with a nice pass out of the double team. Greene off the bounce, dribble handoff for Powell. So the 2-man game on the left side, Session on the wing. Turnaround, pull up well short, but a foul is called before the shot clock goes off. It is on Royce White on the shot.
And that's what you want with officials. Even if it's a little late, make the call. And right here, looked like he got him right there on that right, on his shooting arm.
So Greene gets 1 shot for 2 points. And the Killer 3's have an early 2-point lead.
And remember, in the last game with Bivouac, because 3's Company called the timeout that they didn't have, Bivouac goes to the free throw line and wins the game.
Game-winning free throw. White backing down on Powell again. This time Powell left alone in the post, so White takes him, draws a foul. Last time a double comes, this time Powell trying to DF White gets the foul.
And you can tell to start, Coach Lieberman is trying to establish White early on that right box so that they can give him his left hand, left shoulder jump hook when he comes back to the middle.
And so far you have an assist for White and a foul drawn by White on those 2 post-ups. This time Powell defending White alone again. So here's White in the low post, banging with Powell in the paint. Left it well short. White gets the offensive rebound, but throws it to Powell, and that's an easy 2 for the Killer 3's.
I think it was it a shot clock violation?
I think we're going to check on that. The shot clock violation before the easy 2 for the Killer 3's.
Yeah, it looked like it was a violation.
Yep. So our second shot clock violation already, and we're going to double check to make sure that...
All right, we're just looking at the shot clock violation. I mean, to see if the ball hits the rim prior to...
Let's check in with Brian Scalabrine.
I think when you look at that play, do you decide, does White establish possession on the behind-the-back pass, which turns into a turnover, which you're allowed to go up? If he does not establish possession, then the Killer 3's would have had to clear. So here's the possession. If that's possession, then that shot would be good.
Basket is good.
Yeah,
Successful basket, which means possession by White. Foster attacks.
That's just what I thought. Yeah.
So the easy 2 gives the Killer 3's the 6-2 start before the bucket from Foster. That was very close. So the call was possession by White. Shot clock reset, basket good. Session drops it off for Powell on the baseline. A nice look from Franklin Sessions.
Nice little penetrating pitch there from Sessions. It's all about reading the defense.
Foster, pick and roll. Glenn Rice Jr. left alone, misses the 3. Doesn't miss a lot of those open 3's. Cleared by the Killer 3's.
So when you get the switch, how do you want to attack?
Powell mishandles on the baseline and knocks it down anyway. Nice baseline recovery from Powell.
Powell is cooking with the mid-range. See, statistically, with this new analytics, that wouldn't be a good shot, but it's a great shot in the big three.
White immediately attacks and draws a foul. Boy, White has been aggressive from the start for Power. Six of the 10 for the killer threes from Josh Powell.
Yeah, that's why we featured he and Greene dynamic duo pre-game.
Powell's going to get a rest after giving the killer threes the solid start. One shot for 2 points here for Royce White. Slow start for Power, who has been a power in the big three, trying to avoid 0-2. Session comes back to get it off. A nice screen, takes the bump. That'll be one shot for 3 points for Franklin Session.
And normally, you like to go under on Sessions. So, Marcus Foster made a decision to try to fight over. And in that situation, Royce White needs to be up at the point of the screen a little bit if they're going to go over.
So scouting-wise, you would usually give up that shot to Session?
Yeah, go under, play the percentages.
We can't wait all day.
TJ Klein's going to sub in next for Power.
What is Oak saying? He's got a tea time. He can't wait all day.
That's the longest part of the year, Avery. Maybe a late tea time. Session misses the 1 for 3. Royce White has the rebound.
By yourself. Send the middle. Send the middle. Send the middle. Send the middle.
That's Charles Oakley coaching the killer threes. White draws a bump, and there's the foul called.
Stay with the man. Let's stay home. Don't worry about the pass. Let's stay home.
They say better than help defense is just staying in front of your man.
Yeah, he really doesn't want to switch. He does not want double teams.
Lock out.
And Oak, when he played, if he played against a post-up player, it was insulting to get a double team.
Session attacks. Session. Klein bumps play on. There's Felder with the stick back. Glenn Rice Jr. has it and clears for Power.
Send the middle. Send the middle. Middle.
And that's exactly where Rice goes. So they wanted to send to middle, end up with an air ball.
Will, go up slow. Go to the rail.
That was spot on by Oak.
Oak wanted him to send in middle because that's where the help was.
Session tries a 3 behind a screen. Bad miss. White will just let it go out of bounds. Power basketball.
Man, if Royce White would have been in better position on the other side of the basket, he could have been in position to just go right back up with the air ball.
There's TJ Klein drawing a quick foul on Felder.
Yeah, when you get caught out of position like this, normally bad things happen.
Already 14 fouls on the killer threes.
Yep, TJ Klein in, Nancy Lieberman's son. I was in that same situation coaching in college. I coached my son, Avery Jr., which is both joy and pain, because his mama always wanted more playing time.
Rice misses in tight. Klein left alone. Passes on the 3, draws another foul on Felder. Klein has a versatile game.
Yeah. And even though he's right-handed, he's a strong left-handed driver. That's why you got to know the scouting report. If you close out to TJ, he really wants to drive left.
One shot for 2, missed, cleared by Greene. Greene immediately takes it in on Rice. On the baseline, another miss. Greene tap out, run down by Felder. Greene will take the 3 on the wing. Buries it. Killer threes, a 13-6 lead as Donte Greene goes outside.
It's all about making your teammates better. And just a little tidbit here. Felder, that's Charles Oakley's nephew.
And he's all in the family with Klein playing for Lieberman, Felder playing for Oakley. Greene gets the block, tries a 3, leaves it short. fighting for the offensive rebound. Taken by Session, and now an all-out fight won by White. So a loose ball as Rice puts the sidestep on for the bucket.
Little Euro step from Glenn Rice Jr. He can just score in so many different ways.
Session kick out, Felder fires the three. Left alone, Rice has the rebound. Rice banging down low with Session. Double team comes, Rice takes it anyway. Rice starting to get aggressive.
We know he can get it heated up. 17 points in week 1.
Let's take some calls on the request line.
Well, we talked about Nancy Lieberman coaching her son TJ Klein, but one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game, Nancy Lieberman, in her days at Old Dominion. And there's Rachel Demita in her days at Old Dominion, playing for one of the most storied teams in women's college basketball, ODU.
Okay, Rachel, all right. I'm feeling the hairstyle.
Oh, dear. Listen, that's the only time my hair has ever been short, and I very much regret it. And I just want to say, Nancy is a living legend. I shouldn't even be in the same conversation with her, even though we both went to Old Dominion. She is the best female basketball player to ever come out of ODU, one of the reasons that I went there. And it's honestly been such an honor working with her. She's been amazing. Scout, I know you have something to say about that picture. Come on.
I definitely have something to say about that picture. You're gonna put that out on the gram?
No,
over 1 million followers?
You guys, I wish you guys knew how much I got made fun of for that photo, okay? It's not my greatest look, and I'm okay with that, all right? I'm still repping ODU.
Scal was so ready to get in on that he got tongue-tied. That's a rarity.
I wonder what was the strength of Rachel's game. Was she a three-point shooter?
That was it.
Assist?
That was it. Just threes.
So Nancy's assist record was safe at Old Dominion from Rachel Demita's game?
Oh, yeah. I need Nancy to give me those nice passes. But everything of Nancy's is safe when I'm playing.
A staple of Big 3 basketball. Like you said, Avery, it was fun. As soon as you walk in the building here in Tampa, there's Nancy to greet you and talk about her team trying to bounce back from a disappointing 2023. We told you about the Killer 3's Killer 2, Powell and Greene. They're living up to it.
The power of two. The dynamic duo. They're putting on the show. We'll
Get
see.
it right back into Greene's hands. That's a tough, too.
Yeah, and Carter, if I was coaching against Powell and Greene, I would try to force somebody else to score.
So run 2 defenders and get it out of their hands at some point?
Some point.
Right now it's Deshaun Stevens guarding Greene on the wing. Session bumps into our table, gets it back on the cut, lays it in off a good look from Greene.
And if you notice, Marcus Foster's made a couple of poor decisions defensively, trying to fight over pick and rolls on Sessions instead of going under, and you definitely don't want to get backdoored by Sessions. Nice.
Foster on the offensive end gets it back.
Yeah. And that's what you got to do. Foster, if you look at him physically, he's a power guard, and he's got to get downhill against Sessions.
Donte Greene trying to take Klein off the dribble drive. Klein stands his ground, cleared by Power. Foster, nifty move, floats it, back-to-back buckets by Marcus Foster.
And sometimes when your best defense is your offense, forcing your defender to guard you, and you got to be a threat.
Johnson attacks, finds Session, whip it back out, Greene, deep 3 straightaways, an air ball, ball to Power.
Yeah, you see Foster here getting the best of Sessions, downhill, reverse dribble, solid ball handling skills. Now he's taking him to the post.
Foster banging with Session, off the window, follows his miss, tapped, Powell fighting for the rebound, loose ball, Run down by Session. Gets a bump from Klein, but it's a play on. Powell backing in on TJ Klein. Into the paint. Turnaround, tough two, left short.
Powell, if he had to do that one all over again, he would try to get him down deeper. You don't want to shoot a fadeaway bailout against a mismatch.
Deshaun Stevens draws a foul on Franklin Session.
I've been really impressed with the crowd. The attendance here, energy in the building.
Tampa's showing up.
All day the crowd's been good. Excellent.
Line looking for the back cut, throws it away, looking for Foster.
I think I heard a number earlier that was 9,000 fans in attendance.
Full day of hoops, this game number 4 of 6 today in the Big 3. Clear out ISO. Pull up, tough two, won't go. So Foster attacks. Klein left alone for 3. Leaves it short, gets his own rebound, finds Foster with a nice tip.
TJ Klein is one of the best players in the Big 3 to follow his own shot. So you got to make sure you box him out. Nice little touch pass here. One thing I'm really impressed with, based on this game, it just looks like the guys have come back in better shape. If you look at the first 3 games, the first 2 that was on CBS, the third one that was on X, if you look at them, they've come in magnificent shape.
Just physically.
Yeah, and I think that's going to create some parity in the league. And even though the enemy is trying to repeat, you got quite a few teams that can win the championship this
Klein
year.
through tough D on the post from Johnson. Tough finish from TJ Klein. Killer threes have led by as many as 7, but Power has come back to even it at 18. Sessions step back. Foster recovers.
That was a nice job by Foster to stay down on that pump fake. Oh, good move.
Johnson gets a step on Stevens all the way, wipe it out. Shot clock violation right before the shot was off after a nice move.
Look at the hesitation, like a hezzy guard move.
Clearly, 0's on the clock with the ball in his hand, so good call. Second shot clock violation this half. That's rare in the usually quick-hitting Big 3. White steps into a 3. Right off the bench, White misses, follows his own miss, and goes behind the back to Rice. Well short, an air ball, follows his own miss. Rice, stick back, that's a hard-earned 2.
And see now, if you're in a situation, you know, Killer 3's got to do a better job of boxing out, because that's the second time somebody followed their own shot.
Johnson, kickback. Greene steps into the 3. Tapped into the hands of Foster.
See, you need a little bit more cutting and moving. It's just too stationary.
You see some one-on-one for Power?
Yeah, it's easy to guard. You gotta move bodies. You gotta cut.
Here's Johnson attacking, kicking. Powell in the corner for 3. Boarded by White. So after Power trailed by 7 early, a 2-point edge in the ball. Foul on the entry.
That could have easily been a double foul.
Instead, Johnson's going to get it, getting tangled up with Glenn Rice Jr.
In the Big 3, you got to be ready on this first free throw.
10 points for Foster, 6 for Rice, 4 for the rest of the team. It has been Rice and Foster carrying the load for Power, Greene and Powell doing most of the scoring for the Killer threes. Into the bonus, Rice rattles home the 2-point free throw, and Power has its largest lead so far.
And I think the key to this game is going to be which team can find that third score to help out offensively.
They played through White early. He got a long break on the bench, and now White aggressive Back it in on the post. Spins baseline. Misses over Powell. Fight for the rebound. Won by Rice. Who's going to kick it out. Foster straightaway three. Buries it. Power from 7 down. Has a 7-point lead at the half. Power fights back against Killer 3.
Whenever you can create those 2-on-1s or create double teams on the post. Nice, see, that's 2 on the ball. Nice, beautiful kick out.
13 first half points for Marcus Foster to lead the comeback effort from Power. Slow out of the gate. They lost a close one last week. But a Power in the Big 3, trying to get back on track. They come from 7 down to have the 7-point lead at the half. Heck of a first half for Foster.
Knowing the strengths and weaknesses of your teammates, getting them in the right spot. And you know, you gotta have your hands ready. When you're wide open, your hands gotta be ready.
An Old Dominion reunion, Rachel DeVita and Nancy Lieberman.
Down big in the first half. What did you do to get back in it and take the lead now?
We tried to use everybody on our roster. I thought that Deshaun and TJ came in and played really well. We made a lot of adjustments on our defense from the game last week against 3's Company.
I saw you last night in the elevator. You said you guys had a really good practice yesterday. What was the focus of that practice?
The focus was, what is it that we really want to get out of this season to a man? We have a great group of talented guys, and we all decided we had to have a plan in place, and it's working.
Thanks, Nancy.
Well, a different defensive strategy and an aggressive first half from Marcus Foster. 13 first half points as Power comes from behind to take a 7-point lead at the half. Game number 4, Big 3 in Tampa.
3. Now that's a magic number.
The Big 3 is back, coming in hot all summer long. Baltimore, Newark, Anaheim, Portland, Cincinnati, San Antonio, Nashville, and Boston. This is Fireball 3. It's a hard-nosed, trash-talking brand of basketball where they still bang down low and they still play tough D. Hall of Fame coaches and NBA superstars. And we're coming in hot to a city near you. So grab your friends, grab your family, and get your seats now at big3.com/tickets.
Next Saturday, it's a Big 3 doubleheader from Baltimore. First, Jeff Teague and Three-Headed Monsters take on Gerald Greene and Bivouac. In Game 2, the ladies battle it out as Lisa Leslie's triplets take on Nancy Lieberman's Power. It's all going down next Saturday as Big 3 is coming in hot to the Charm City. 1 p.m. Eastern, all the way live, right here on CBS.
Big 3 from Tampa, Florida. Carter Blackburn, Avery Johnson, Rachel DeVita, Brian Scalabrine. Power down 7 early, and yet Marcus Foster offensively. And you heard Rachel talk with Nancy about the defensive changes for Power. They were able to slow that hot start from Donte, Greene, and Josh Powell.
Yeah, and that's the key. Whenever you go from week to week, you know, what areas can you improve on? Their focus was on defense. I talked to Nancy this morning also, and she talked about, hey, we got to do a better job of guarding the ball. On their closeouts, their closeouts weren't very good last weekend, and they've made that improvement defensively, and that's why they have a 7-point lead.
Well, breaking out the truth tree, you said Foster had some defensive lapses, but he made up for it with his offensive game.
Yeah, and he understood, you know, cutting to the basket when he has an advantage, got the defense on their heels. Nice little hesitation. He's really a strong right-handed driver. And then to be able to knock down this 3 when his teammate creates a wide-open shot for him.
The 3 descended to 25 and a half for Marcus Foster. So you see what he had last week, 15 points, and that 2-point loss for Power against 3's Company. So far, 13 in the first half. Let's check in with Scal and Charles Oakley.
Oak, what's up? You had the lead. What do you got to do?
We got to stay focused. They getting all the 50-50 balls. They going downhill. We going to the park. So we got to change that. We got to go downhill and put a lot of pressure on them. We just got to stay focused and know what we're doing every time, on every possession, because every possession is the key.
Sessions is one of the better players in this league. He hasn't played well so far. What do you need from him?
Say it again?
Sessions. What do you need from Sessions?
We need Sessions to run the team. Know that, like I said, he went to the hole one time. You right there at the rim, you try to pass to another guy right there at the rim. Just gotta, we're not playing smart the first 2 weeks. I think we just gotta relax and realize that, hey, we've been there before. We know what it takes to win. Let's come out and show everybody we know how.
All right, thanks, Oak.
All right.
So hoping for a better half from the captain, Franklin Sessions.
That's the one thing about the big three. You can't hide. Right? There's nowhere to hide. You have to perform. You do not want to be the weak link.
Only 2 points in the first half for Franklin Sessions.
It's great when your coach have different expectations, high expectations for you.
8 for Josh Powell, 5 for Donte Greene to lead killer threes. Here's Session. First play of the half goes Session to Powell, boarded by White.
Powell started off the game with a 2-point jump shot, mid-range. We'll see if he can continue in the second half.
Session attacks on Foster, kickback. Greene for 3 in the corner. That's a big one from Donte Greene.
But that's the aggressiveness that Coach Charles Oakley wanted from Sessions. Sessions got on some colorful looking shoes.
Deep 3 from Rice, well short. Going to be a foul called on the rebound. Looks like it's on Foster.
Josh Powell joined the club with the... Look at the push here in the back.
A little too aggressive going for the rebound against Session. Rattles out for Greene, boarded by Rice. He's going to clear it. Glenn Rice Jr. attacks Session. Nearly got the block from behind. Against 2 defenders, Rice finishes off the glass.
Yeah, and see, when you're a professional scorer like Glenn Rice Jr., man, you're talking about scoring in traffic.
Greene spins on White, kicks to Powell for the triple. Session nearly got the board. Foster clears it. Rice thought about the 4. Shot fake attacks on Powell. Back-to-back buckets for Rice.
Boy, but because he has 4-point range.
Oh, got a technical foul.
Who's the technical? Is it on White?
Gonna make sure that is on White. White's certainly the player contesting it for power. Greene gets a technical shot. Nancy Lieberman wants to make sure White doesn't get tossed out of this game.
Yeah, I don't think it was Glenn Rice. It was on White. And see, that's the one thing you don't want when you're trying to protect the lead. You don't want to give up offensive rebounds, turn the ball over, and you definitely do not want to get technical fouls.
So that's 4 straight for killer threes after Power had its largest lead of the game at 8 points.
Because what happens is it's all about momentum. The momentum can change in a minute.
Well, the official word, the technical foul was on Glenn Rice Jr. So White was the one who was most upset, but the technical was called on Glenn Rice Jr. Greene backs in on Foster off the window.
He must have said something we couldn't catch on the replay.
Royce White wasn't far from getting a technical himself.
But you see, Nancy Lieberman, that's part of coaching. You got to get your team back focused again.
Rice takes it right to the rim. After killer threes cut an 8-point lead down to 2, ball back into Rice's hands.
Yeah, in that situation, you see Josh Powell was guarding White. He's got to slide over and help in that situation.
Session nearly throws it away. Greene launches a deep 3. Long rebound run down by Session, setting up Powell. Foster tip out.
It's pretty interesting when, 4-point shots are attempted. The crowd, even before the ball even gets to the rim, they're all excited. Clyde the Glide, the commissioner.
Advocate for the league. Always good to see Clyde.
Yeah, Mario Chalmers, game winner.
Powell lost it out of bounds with Rice defending. Chalmers knows something about clutch shots.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to help the league.
Now the national championship winner for Kansas back in 2008. Stevens crossover, misses off the window. Fight for the rebound, won by Rice. Rice attacks, drops it off. Stevens fouled hard.
And Chalmers hit that game winner in week 1 to defeat Power. Nice cut. See, in that situation, I know if Stevens had it all overdue again, just catch it in the air. Treat it as a lob. Taking a long time.
There's a 4-point shot. Rice with a shot clock winding down. Tap out into the hands of Session. Session tries Greene for 3. Session gets the tip into Franklin Session on the offensive glass.
But you can see Franklin Sessions getting into the game more here in the second half. Coach Oakley specifically called him out at halftime. I love when players accept the challenge from their coaches.
4 points, 4 assists now as Foster knifes his way. Foster hard attack to the rim, Power by 4. Session off the screen from Powell. Franklin Session missed in tight. Another follow on the offensive glass, but he can't finish. Session will go right back up, and now Powell finally finishes on the 3rd chance.
Yeah, Powell made the shot, but that's all because of the all-out hustle. Tenacity from Franklin Session. Look at this for his size, man. The 2nd and 3rd jump, keeping the ball alive.
Foster pulls up for 3. Greene has a tough rebound.
You just can't coach effort. That's got to come from the player.
Session guarded by Rice, crossing over, tries to lean in, no call. So an easy stick back from Stevens after the miss from Session.
Yeah, Sessions just got caught in between on that shot.
Greene's going to turn around on Stevens. Off the window, Greene. Tough finish.
That's like a George Gervin, the Iceman finger roll. That's George Gervin all the way.
How do you defend that?
You can't.
Rice pulls up for 3. Session has another rebound, and then he's bumped by Foster.
Speaking of George Gervin, fortunately, August 4th, the Big 3 will be in San Antonio, my old stomping grounds.
With the Iceman in the house.
With the Iceman in the house.
You looking forward to a little homecoming in San Antonio?
Yeah, a little home cooking. I'll show Rachel and Scal, you know, what places to dine. And
Michiera?
Yes, sir. You already know. See, I don't.
We got the San Antonio connection here. I was just a Spurs fan while Avery was leading him to championships. Powell off the window. There's Felder, misses the stick back. A chance at an easy 2. Klein clears it.
Boy, sometimes you don't get those back again.
Foster, nice crossover, step back. Foster can't finish.
Keep hearing Oakley saying, move it.
Greene rolls out. Klein in the corner. Now here's Foster, step back 3. Left alone, nearly got the spin. Oh, foul called on Klein, a little nickel dimer. Let's check in with Rachel.
Guys, big update. We just hit over 1 million views, and because we did that, I wanted to give you guys a chance to win some Big 3 merch. This is actually the first giveaway that we are doing on this X stream, but in order to win, you have to know some trivia. So I have a trivia question for you. Guys, get your phones ready, your laptops, however you're watching. The first one to comment the correct answer will be DM'd by the Big 3. We'll get your address, and we will send you some amazing merch. So you guys ready? What team won the first Big 3 championship? Comment the team name right now. First to win the Big 3 championship in season 1. Let's see, chat. Oh, my chat's slow to load. I'm waiting. What do we think, guys?
I know the answer.
No, you can't win any merch. Okay?
Avery's ineligible.
It's only for fans.
Can I? Oh man, I wanted the Big 3.
Oh, we have players, but we don't. We have some teams coming in, but we don't have the. Oh, CJ. I think this is the first one. Oh, Matt. Nope. You know what? I'm gonna have Big 3 check it out to see, make sure that we get this winner correct. But I see the teams coming in. Or no. I think we have a winner.
Can I say the answer?
All right, you guys, make sure that your DMs are open. The Big 3 will be DMing you, reaching out to get your address. Stay tuned for who? What's the answer? I know the answer.
I know the answer.
What's the answer?
Trilogy.
Were you there for the win?
No, I wasn't there. I was still.
But you were tuned in. You've been tapped in for 7 seasons now.
Thank you, Rachel. Year 7 of the Big 3. Carter Blackburn with Avery Johnson. And it is stronger than ever here in 2024. Seemingly a wide open league this year. Although maybe enemies at the top.
Yeah, the enemies, because of the core. They've had the most consistent core players in the last several years. And they just know how to play well together. And I think they have a significant opportunity to repeat. And they've gotten off to a great start.
Bivouac with the big win to go to 2-0. Come from behind win for Bivouac. These two teams trying to avoid 0-2. Charles Oakley's killer threes, a 7-point lead. Early power led by 7 at the half. Let's listen into Oak. A frustrated Charles Oakley.
Come on. It don't matter. Bring it to him. Post up like you want it. Give it to him. Now cut through.
Powell from the elbow. That's out of bounds off of Glenn Rice Jr.
So Josh Powell can absolutely make that shot, but I would love to see him mix in a cut on that double team.
Let's listen into Nancy. Donte Greene, tough 2. Killer threes back within 2. Here's White attacking. White misses, follows his own miss. How about a third chance? He misses all 3. Finally, Klein. But looks like a foul's going to be called before that bucket from TJ Klein.
Man, 2 big power moves in a row by Royce White going to the basket. Here it is, and just can't finish that layup. Gets it back again. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Greene pulls up on White. Greene has 18 now with a killer threes, and we're even again at 37.
How about denying
Donte Greene first week, 20 points, 15 rebounds.
No.
You heard Nancy say, how about denying Donte Greene, which is what you've been calling for since the opening couple of possessions of this game, Avery.
Great minds think alike.
TJ.
White all the way down. Royce White attacks, Power back on top.
That's what I said a minute ago. He's not going to miss too many layups.
Deny that. Deny it.
Instead, the ball back in the hands of Greene. Backs down, fades. Rice defending. Foul called on the rebound. White gets tangled up with Felder. Well, it didn't deny Donte Greene as effectively as Nancy wanted. On the floor, Killer Three's ball.
You're gonna go.
Oh, Greene lost it out of bounds. But it was technical foul, another one? Wow.
If that's on Rice Jr., he's gone. Is it on Glenn Rice Jr.?
Yes, it is. Rice is gone. Second technical foul on Glenn Rice Jr. You see the reaction. I mean, he was stunned.
Let's go. Hey, Glenn, come here for a minute. Glenn, come here. Glenn, please. Glenn.
He didn't want to leave the court.
No.
Glenn. Hey, yo. We want to challenge the out of bounds.
Glenn Rice Jr. is not leaving the court.
Well, he's got to leave the court.
Hey, can you, come on, let's go. Can we stay focused on the game at hand?
And I wish you would push up and do anything. I'm whooping you.
Hey, come on. Hey, you know, fellas, this is...
This shit's corny. We got to control this shit. It's out of control.
Okay. TJ.
It's out of control.
TJ, I need you guys to lock in.
Yep.
Glenn.
Hey, talk about it after we get 11.
You can see all of the different raw emotions.
Okay.
Oh, it's raw.
Yeah.
Next play.
Rice with 14 points and 7 rebounds for Power, and he's headed to the locker room with 2 technical
I'm going to
fouls.
make a suggestion.
And when you lose your leading scorer.
Play on the line of the ball and up the line of the ball.
I'm not going to let him catch it. I'm not going to let him catch it. But when they call a foul, that's who we live with.
Are you going to get a technical?
No, I'm not going to get a technical. I'm just going to deny the ball.
He's kicked out of the game.
I'm just going to deny the ball. That's it.
Frustrated Rice Jr. walks off as we get the further explanation as to what's coming. 2 free throws coming for 4 points, and then a challenge by Nancy Lieberman on the out-of-bounds call.
And see, that's why we talked early on about that first technical that Glenn Rice received. We thought it was on White.
Stop. We need to box out and not bitch. Box out.
But like you said, Avery, that first technical foul on Rice looked like it was on Royce White, but goes in the book on Rice. And so, arguing this call.
Play fast and hard.
Looked like it went off Donte Greene's right hand, right fingers.
They're going to be shooting.
You heard the captain of Power, Royce White, tell Nancy Lieberman challenge it. He thought that was going to be a clear one.
And you know the bad part about this is, if it is off of Greene and the referees would have gotten it right, then maybe Glenn Rice Jr. wouldn't have been as animated.
We're over. If we get our next stupid-ass foul, they're shooting the rest of the game. TJ, we have 5 fouls.
I got you.
Now, that's pretty cool, because I've often wondered what CJ calls Nancy. He say, Mom.
Challenge is successful, so it'll be Power basketball. And guess who was right? Glenn Rice Jr.
He was right.
But he's in the locker room. Greene misses the first, got a second free throw coming. And then it's going to be Power basketball because they won the challenge. Greene manages to hit the second. So we're back to even at 39 in a contentious battle between Power and Killer Threes. Power led by 7 early. Rather, Killer 3's led by 7 early. Power led by as many as 8 in the second half.
That's why you want to try to control the controllables. And one of the things you can control is how you communicate with referees.
So Foster attacks. Oh, that's going to be goaltend. Count the bucket for Foster. So the leading scorer for Power, Marcus Foster, going to have to carry more of the load with Rice in the locker room.
And remember, you know, at halftime, when we started the second half, Power was clearly in control of this game.
A 7-point halftime lead. Greene, nice spin on White. Can't finish. White has the rebound. Klein clears it out. Foster with the shot clock winding down. On Felder, Foster attacks again. And you can tell that Foster knows his role now that Rice is gone.
And that's where you got to try to get your scoring from. With Foster, Marcus Foster with Glenn Rice Jr. in the locker room, he's got to be overly aggressive.
Back-to-back buckets by Foster since it was tied at 39. Felder's shot fake. Get it into Powell. Back and in. Here comes a double on Powell. Klein has the rebound, tips it to White for an easy 2. 6 straight for Powell.
Boy, Powell almost could have just made a behind-the-back pass because his teammate was open underneath the basket on that last double team.
Killer 3's need a run with Power 5 points away from a victory. Tough bucket. Back to a 4-point game.
Yeah, and once you get it 4 points are inside, then all of the different shots are available to you. A 4-point shot, a 3-point shot.
Just go. You're good. You're good. Go. Just go. Just go. Marcus!
White takes it on Powell on the wing. A foul is called by Powell on an aggressive drive from Royce White.
Oh, here we go. Bring the fire.
Fireball in the big 3 as Power tries to go to 1-1, avoid the 0-2 start.
You have 10 seconds to get this shot off.
White straight away. White banging with Powell. In tight. Powell gets the block. No shot. White didn't get it off.
Excellent defense by Josh Powell. He held his ground, played defense without fouling. Man, he's a too tough, rugged.
Frustrated Royce White. Big possession here for Killer 3's. Johnson finds Powell attacking on Foster. Shot clock at 5. Johnson gets a bounce on Klein. Tough finish with the left. It won't go. Cleared by Foster. Power closing in on the victory. Foster attacks on Greene. Greene gets the block at the rim. Foul fighting for the rebound.
But the one thing that both teams are not taking advantage, they're not getting enough players on the offensive glass. Either no one's going or one guy's going. The 2 players not involved in the play. Once this shot goes up, both players need to go to the offensive glass.
We have another Bring the Fire challenge from Nancy Lieberman. Hits the Bring the Fire button, so now Johnson and Klein, mano a mano.
Yeah, where Johnson is starting, can't step back behind the 3-point line because that would be a violation. So
only 10 seconds. This is big for Killer 3.
You see where his positioning is.
Johnson on Klein. Johnson to the rim, finishes, and Johnson bringing the fire. Killer 3's back to within 2 points.
Yep. That's bringing the fire right there.
But the smoke rolling through the Bring the Fire challenge.
Not because his last name is Johnson. We're not related, Carter.
Just a fan of the game, right?
Yes.
Killer 3 basketball. A chance to tie or take the lead. Crossover, Greene tries to dump it off for Powell and throws it away. Greene trying the late pass for Josh Powell.
Yeah, that was just some miscommunication with Greene and Powell in that situation.
With Glenn Rice Jr. in the locker room, 2 technical fouls. Power trying to close it out and avoid the 0-2 start. Foster knocked away by Johnson. Although it went out of bounds off of Foster, looks like it'll be Killer 3 basketball. Power having trouble closing out.
Yeah, and it's also pretty cool how the fans really take to bring the fire. That they really love that. They get excited. That adds even more energy when players are going one-on-one.
Johnson gets a step on Foster. Foster recovers. White gets the rebound. Power 5 points away from a win. Klein's going to back in on Johnson. Klein turns, misses off the window.
Look like TJ passed up a wide open 3.
Powell in the post, turnaround on Foster, and we're even at 45. Anybody's ball game, playing to 50, have to win by 2.
Yeah, an excellent elevation here. Body control by Josh Powell. Faded away, created that separation.
White attacks on Greene, gets a foul. Count the bucket. 47 on the board for Power.
Hey, man, that's a big freight train coming down. You're talking about 245 pounds.
Chance to get him within 2. White finishes off the 3-point play. Power, who trailed by 7 early, 2 points away from the win over Killer 3's. Three-headed monsters and triplets getting set for their matchup next. Johnson tries a 3 over Foster. White has a rebound, foul called as Klein and Powell get tangled up fighting for the rebound. Down to the wire again between Killer 3's and Power. They lost 2 close games in week 1. It'll be Power basketball, 2 points away from the win.
Come on.
Greene guarding White tightly. White tries the spin. Shot clock under 10 already. White one-on-one on Greene. White backing down. Turn around. Greene fouled. White will have a chance at the free throw line to get to 50 and the win.
Man, Royce White has been focused from the first possession of the game when he posted up on the right box. He said he was going to be more of a threat to score, and that's what he's been, especially with Glenn Rice Jr. getting tossed out of the game with 2 technical fouls.
White, the veteran of the Big 3, captain of Power. One shot to close it out. White.
Oh, short airball.
Airballs the 3. Killer 3's have a chance. Down by 3. An embarrassing chance to win the game for Royce White.
Yeah, he just kind of looked like he double hitched it, and it never had a chance when it left his hands.
Now can Killer 3's take advantage? Johnson sets it up top. Klein out to defend him. Johnson sitting on the 4-point. Shot clock winding down. Johnson attacked, misses off the rim. Rebound by White. Another chance for Power to win. White clears.
We'll see if he's going to be aggressive to score.
White takes it in on Johnson. Kick. Klein for 3 and the win. Killer 3 still in it. Johnson fires a quick 3. Air ball. Out of bounds. Killer 3 basketball.
We see a little nerves there on these last 2 shots with Royce White's free throw and then with TJ Klein, point blank, wide open 3 that White created for him. I probably wouldn't have double teamed White in that situation.
Last week it was a 2-point loss. The Ghost Ballers 50-48, and now Killer 3's trying to avoid a heartbreaking 0-2 start. Attacking to the rim, Greene finishes. Now Killer 3's are 3 points away from the win. Remember, you have to win by 2.
Oh, this is shaping up to be potentially our best game of the day.
Down to the end. Now it's in Foster's hands, guarded by Johnson. Foster step back, triple for the win. Power takes it. The step back jack from Marcus Foster. Power comes from behind to win it over Killer 3's 51-47.
Marcus Foster follows up his 15-point week 1 with the game winner here. Got a little bit of a look at his step back. Wow. Man, look at the reaction. TJ Klein was very instrumental along with Royce White.
Foster with a game winner with Brian Scalabrine.
Welcome to the Big 3. How you like playing where you have to make the last bucket instead of waiting for a clock to run out?
Oh man, that's just like playing in the backyard. So, I'm happy to be a part of this. This is something special Ice Cube got going on, so I'm just happy to be a part of Power.
Nancy Lieberman doesn't play around, played the whole game today.
Yeah, she doesn't. That's what we talked about when she drafted me. She wants me to do a lot of different things, but hey, I like a coach like that, and that's why I'm playing so well for her.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
White had a chance to win it. Klein had a chance to win it, but in the end, the ball in the hands of Marcus Foster. So avoiding that 0-2 start, Power now 1-1. Killer 3's with back-to-back heartbreaking losses to begin the season. Killer 3's had the early 7-point lead, but Power wins it 51-47. Back with more from Tampa. Big 3, ballin' all summer long.